Today, one of our fellow students from Islamabad, Rija Farooq of 10th grade, has projected her vision of peace in a short film. She shows us how she imagines a world of peace. Allow me to inform you that all clips in this PSA have been shot in our own city, Islamabad. It reflects the peace and serenity of our wondrous city.
Not only did students have a chance to interact with each other, but also question political leaders, like the Egyptian ambassador to Pakistan, Hussein Hariri.
Mr. Ambassador, would you mind answering some questions from the students? Brilliant.
Do you have any suggestions as to how we can continue strengthening the bonds of peace and understanding that were formed today?
Being an ambassador of a Muslim country in Pakistan and being from a Muslim country yourself, how do you think Muslim students can help create a better understanding about our religion and cultures?
Given New York's unique reputation throughout the world, how do you think we as young New Yorkers can become better promoters of peace?
To answer your question, I guess I hope that New York City would become a symbol of coexistence and solidarity among Muslims, Jews, and Christians. The second thing is that you have hosted, New York City has hosted the UN, the United Nations, in the wake of the Second World War, and I hope that New Yorkers would show more understanding of the principles in the Charter of the United Nations.
After 90 minutes of eye-opening discussion, the participants gave each other advice on how best to build upon this historic experience and continue to foster the spirit of peace and mutual respect.
Today's teenagers are tomorrow's adult generation. You may think that doing something like Empower Peace isn't that great of a deal, but we all have to start from somewhere. Hopefully after this we can all work on something larger than Empower Peace and eventually grow from there. Nothing we want will be accomplished if we sit around and let other people make the rules. We can't expect things we want to be served on silver platters for us. This is the real world and we need to work in order to achieve what we want.
Today we have gathered to try and accomplish what our elders couldn't. Today we try to accomplish peace. And we are one step closer today to accomplish that. To conclusion, we would like to confirm our deep-rooted belief that such activities such as video conferences and other cultural exchange activities are the right steps, or take us to the right direction in order to achieve peace. It therefore achieves familiarity between people of different cultures, facilitates communication with them, and it is definitely the first step towards what we all want, and that is world peace. Thank you.
Idealistic as it may sound, I would like to believe that we today have done our bit to lay a foundation for a future of peace. And keeping global circumstances in mind, perhaps it is youthful idealism that we all need so direly to achieve peace tomorrow. The multilateral exchange that we have had today has created in all of us a sense of awareness, which will translate into greater cultural understanding and tolerance in the future. We all know that merely speaking of peace is not enough. And hence, I hope that we all take away enough from this exchange to actively forward the mission of empowering peace in both our individual and collective capacities. Indeed, our journey today has just begun, and while our roads may differ, today has taught us the important lesson that our destination is one and the same.
At the conclusion of the broadcast, Salman Ahmed commended the students on their desire to change the world and provided some inspiration to keep the faith.
I just want to say to you, I don't know about everybody in Cairo and Boston and New York, but everybody here in Islamabad had an experience of their lifetime that they're never going to forget. And what we'd like to do to just finish our segment from Islamabad is to give you From Pakistan with Love. It's called Jazba-e Junoon. This is a song which is let me just translate some of the words. It's called the spirit of passion. And the words go that if you have the spirit of passion, don't ever give up. Because those who strive will always touch the skies. And I hope you guys can hear us.
I think it was a great event, a very marvelous and spectacular event for all of us. It was a great opportunity for all the students, not only Pakistan, but all over the world, to come together and interact with one another and build a better level of understanding between each other.
I thought today was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, having everybody come together like this for the same cause, for peace, it was just a phenomenal experience to see all different countries and then to see the similarities between our students and their students. It was just really, really cool. I absolutely think that we're making a difference with what we did here today. Certainly a step in the right direction. Hopefully we'll be able to build off this in later years.
No matter how many differences you might think you have, it's always a good idea to come together and start talking to each other. Because once communication starts, a lot of misconceptions clear up. And at the end of any session of communication, you're always better off than you were when you started.
I definitely think they're going to take it beyond these walls. They're going to go home and tell their friends. Everybody's going to ask them where were you, how to go. They're going to tell their friends about the kids they met from other countries and how similar they are to them. And it's going to make people think. You know, when they start to hear things on the news that are negative, they're going to stop to think, well, I met these kids and they said that they're looking forward to living in a peaceful society. They're not looking for war. That's not what they're about. So that's not what their country's about. You know, Pakistan, I personally got a different view of Pakistan and listened to what a wonderful culture they were, and I never even thought about visiting Pakistan before, but it sounds like such an inviting culture. I would love to go there now.
This program is very important because it gives us a chance to know them on a personal level, and it gives us a chance to realize that in the end, you see, it doesn't matter what you look like, what you wear, what you talk. In the end, it matters that, you know, you're the same people who are working for the same goal, and it would just be easier if we stop fighting and work for it. You know, we keep our ego aside and we do everything we can to achieve the global aim of peace.
The third broadcast ended like the others, with stronger bonds and new friendships between the students. Those friendships were put to the test just days later when a massive earthquake hit Pakistan. Every single participant from Islamabad was affected. Among the tens of thousands dead was Zohair Iqbal, a student participant of the Empower Peace broadcast in Islamabad. Now no longer a distant foreign civilization, Empower Peace students in New York City and Boston were determined to help their new friends in Pakistan. Out of their desire to help came Empower Peace Pledging for Pakistan, a telethon to raise money for the victims of the earthquake.
Today, we are reaching out to youth in schools throughout the United States to ask each and every one of you to make a pledge to help our brothers and sisters affected by the earthquake.
During the telethon, Empower Peace students explained why they wanted to reach out to their friends halfway across the world and lend a hand.
After you saw the pictures, man, what did you feel? How did you feel about it?
Well, I was extremely in awe of everything that happened. Knowing that we met these people only 9 days ago, I felt an extreme amount of remorse for them, and I felt horrible that they had to experience something like that, something that, you know, is unexpected and they can't get away from it. You know, my heart goes out to them, and I'm ready to help in any way possible.
We were so shocked and taken aback about it. We were planning on being pen pals. We wanted to do so. We were so excited to be so connected with them, and for this to happen, we knew we had to help in some way.
Empower Peace students in Pakistan tuned in as well, giving first-hand accounts of the devastation.
It was Saturday morning and most of us were sleeping in really, and then 7.6 on the Richter scale jolted us out of everything we've ever known. And with 1,300 aftershocks recorded, the uncertainty has been truly unnerving. Furthermore, it was the first time any of us experienced such sheer devastation so close to home.
The one-hour live telethon was geared towards high school students around the country and showcased their willingness to be an active member of the world community.